Gruff on Rats was actually the last of the famous Aesop's Fable cartoons made by the Van Beuren Studios. And back with me to bring us some more of the work of Van Beuren is animation historian Steve Stanchfield. Now, let's bring us up to date now on what we're going to see coming up. These were things that there are 4 more cartoons, including the Sunshine Makers and Pastry Town Wedding. These are 2 Van Beuren classics considered.
Yes.
That. Why are they considered classics?
They're some of the best of the Van Beuren cartoons.
In what way?
Both are directed by Ted Eschbau, who was an independent animation producer. Eschbau had made some of the very earliest color cartoons. In fact, his tiny studio started to be kind of a go-to studio for early color. The Van Beuren studio hired him and brought him to New York from California.
Now, what kind of color is this? 3-strip?
These cartoons are in 2-strip Technicolor.
Okay.
Disney had signed an exclusive deal with Technicolor for 3 years. So every other studio had to use a 2-strip process for several years.
Really? So The Wizard of Oz, which we're about to show, a cartoon.
It's a fascinating film.
Fascinating film, but also you say it's in 3-strip Technicolor.
It's in full color.
Well, now, how could that be? That's what, 1932?
It was made in 1932.
Because we're always told that the first, 3-strip Technicolor short was La Cucaracha, and then the first 3-strip feature was Becky Sharp in 1936.
Yes.
But you're saying 4 years earlier, this studio is making 3-strip Technicolor movies?
Yes. Cartoons were able to be made in full color because they didn't require the same kind of lighting. The 3-strip process could be shot separately and in controlled lighting. They were able to shoot cartoons in what was called progressive shooting. They would take a gel and put it over a black and white film, take a frame, then put a different gel, take a frame, and put a different gel. So it would reproduce color like a book would. That's how cartoons were in color well before film was fast enough and cameras were fast enough to be able to make live action.
Interesting.
Eschbau's Wizard of Oz is a fascinating film in that it was made for Technicolor. The Technicolor Company and Rank Film Labs, which was Technicolor in England, and Technicolor Canada paid to make this film and hired Ted Eschbau because he had had experience doing films for multicolor and earlier for their 2-color Technicolor process. So they started to produce Wizard of Oz in late 1931, and it was in progress in 1932 when Disney went to visit Technicolor and signed an exclusive deal with Technicolor, not allowing any other company to use the process till 1936.
So they kind of squashed the whole thing.
They relegated Eschbau's Wizard of Oz to the history books.
So it didn't get shown in theaters?
It didn't get shown in theaters in the United States. It got shown in England and Canada, but probably in limited runs. When the film finally was released, Eschbau owned it again. And
so it was released, though, in the later 30s?
In 1933 it was.
Wow.
It's nice to be able to see, finally, a beautiful print of Eschbau's Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
In its full Technicolor glory.
Well, let's have a look. Right now, made by the Van Beuren Studios between 1933 and 1935, here are A Little Bird Told Me, The Wizard of Oz, The Sunshine Makers, and Pastry Town Wedding. Enjoy.